Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday out there. You know, one thing I've realized on my journey of self-improvement that I've seen with myself and others around me is, as humans, we are so resilient. We can overcome way more than we believe we can. We are way more adaptable than we believe we are. And we all have, these limiting beliefs to some level, whether that be in our professional lives, financially, what we can achieve, physically, what we can achieve mentally, what we can handle and endure spiritually. But we have to remove those limiting beliefs and understand, as humans, we are so resilient. We can get through so much more than we truly believe, and we are so adaptable. I mean, you see these in the most extreme ways where, humans, maybe they were born this way, or they were in the military and they lose all of their limbs. It could be a deaf, mute, no arms, no legs, and they still figure out a way to get through life. And not just, there's people in that situation that don't just get through life, they succeed at life. And it's so crazy. I've seen people with no arms, with just feet, and they learn how to read books with their feet, they learn how to eat with their feet, and that just shows, man, how resilient we are and how adaptable we are. And so we have to understand this. We may look at somebody else in their professional life and be like, man, I don't know how they do that. I could never do that. Which you have to understand is levels to that, and that person didn't just wake up and was able to do that. They challenged themselves for year after year after year, and they would get to that next level, and then they would challenge themselves a little bit more. The same in our physical life. You may see somebody that's bench pressing 500 pounds or something, and like, man, that's insane. I could never do that. But anybody could do that if, within reason. There's people with, special needs that, of course, maybe can't do it. But anybody could do that with consistency, with continuing to challenge yourself, with continuing to add a little bit more, do a little bit more, push yourself a little bit more. But man, you would really surprise yourself. And once you see, once you reach one level, once you see how resilient you are, how adaptable you are, the world's gonna open up like crazy for you. You're not going to have any more limitations on yourself. You're going to know you can literally almost do anything you want to do, if you're willing to, push yourself through the obstacles, overcome the stress, continue challenging yourself. But man, you have to understand, as people, as humans, we are capable of so much. I mean, it's kind of like, the pyramids. People are so mind blown about, these massive stones that are, in the middle of the desert in Egypt. I don't know where they are, but, they make up these massive structures of pyramids, and people come up with these theories that, aliens helped out, God's helped out, whatever. And I don't know what did it, but I know humans can do it. And some people are like, there's no way humans could have done that. Humans could have easily done that. I mean, if you got thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, and back then, unfortunately, it was probably slaves, but if you had hundreds of thousands of people, you can manually move those. With those, you have the, where I believe, you put, this is getting way off track, but, they put, a piece of timber, a rounded piece of timber under the front of it. You could push it, and then you constantly move timber to roll it on. But it's so doable by humans. We are capable of so much. I mean, we are flying around in the skies, and this is mind-blowing. We can do so much. There's so many unique humans, people out there that almost, seem superhuman with what they can do. And, this should show you that we can do so much as humans if you're willing to push yourself a little bit, if you're willing to challenge your beliefs, if you're willing to challenge your limiting mindset, the limitations you put on yourself. But you have to understand we can adapt to almost anything. People have gone through horrific situations, and beforehand, if you would have asked them, man, hey, if this happened in your life, what would you do? And they'd be like, man, I'd be done. There's no way I could keep moving forward with that weight on me. And then those things happen, and they overcome them. They keep living life. They even become successful. But man, you have to understand how resilient we are as people, how adaptable we are. We can do so much. A little quick one I was going to add in there. I think it's kind of dumb, but I'm going to say it anyways. But like me, I have balding on both sides of my family, my father's side and my mother's side. And I could start seeing a receding hairline in the 5th grade, is how crazy. But I would shave my head every once in a while to, I'm like, I just need to get used to it now, and because I'm going to be bald one day. And as soon as I would shave it, I'm like, oh no, not doing it. There's no way I'm ever going to accept, shaving my head and being bald. To a point like a year ago or so, I finally did it. It felt weird at first, and now it's completely normal. I'm completely normal with a shaved head. But I do wear hats all the time. But I make posts and stuff, my ice baths and so forth with no hat on. But that's just one small stupid thing about something that I was self-conscious about, that we became that I became adaptable to. But you have to understand how adaptable we are, and that was a very, very small and very, very small showing how adaptable we are, talking about shaving my head. But I mean, I have done things in my life, challenged myself, overcome obstacles, have leveled up to levels that I really didn't believe. If you would have asked me 15 years ago if I could have done or would be doing the things I'm doing today, I'd be like, man, that's crazy. There's no way I could do that. But the more we do, the more we can do. We are so resilient. We can adapt. Remember that. Challenge yourselves. We all have limiting beliefs. You have to challenge those limiting beliefs. I believe in you. I love you. Have a great day crushing your goals and serving those around you.